Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
WLFE-DB Radio is on Spotify with all its great shows like Across the Pond, Inside the Drag Closet, Step into the Paranormal, Just Cindy, Where's My Sage, Unfiltered Talks with Bryce, Metal Mayhem ROC, Paratalk Radio, Real Talk with Dom, and more. So download the Spotify app today to stay connected to all your WLFE-DB Radio shows.
Join the guys of Across the Pond as they discuss everything under the sun and answer all of your burning questions. Now, sit back and get ready for some diversity and delightful conversations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Across the Pond.
Hello.
Yes, this is the interactive podcast where friends both near and far gather to discuss everything under the sun and answer all of your burning questions. I'm one of your American hosts from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Matthew.
I'm your second American host, Brian from Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
And Brett's going to be joining us in a minute. He's having IT issues like usual. Brett's always getting muted and I don't know what's wrong.
He's always a mess. He's always censored. He's being really censored right now.
He is.
We're just trying to push his ass out.
So, he should be joining us soon. Once he gets his laptop or iPad, whichever. He was on earlier, like 3 different devices.
He was on like an iPhone, an iPad, a MacBook. He was all over.
At the bottom of the screen, Brett's face, like 3 of them. I was like, which one do I click on? I don't even know.
It's like, let me click on this one, honey. I'm done.
So, first of all, let's just get the elephant out of the room. Bye, I'm leaving. No, so we'll just first say, I know some people are celebrating, some aren't, but for those of you who are, happy Valentine's Day from us at Across the Pond.
Happy Valentine's Day. And for those of you watching, this is a heart. It's a cute little heart for Valentine's Day. It's not a bug. It's not a mole. It's not like a fucking pimple bitch.
Oh, girl, you've been tanning too much. There's something on your cheek.
Girl! Don't even come for me, honey.
Your face is burned.
A little mole, girl. It's like one of those stickers. Do you remember when I don't know if you've ever tanned, girl, but they used to have stickers where you would put it on, and then after you take it off, and it shows like how tan you got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like one of those.
I remember those, but I never did them because I felt weird. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have this, like I'm gonna tan, and as I tan, I'm gonna like be really dark, and then have this white random spot on my face.
It's like whoopsie.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I think Brett is dead. Let me actually give me 1 second. He messaged us in the group.
Yeah, you messaged Brett and find out what's going on. We're going to try and work to get Brett. We're going to try and work and get Brett back on the show. Spit that one out. So hopefully we can get him back on. If not, well, we might do the show across the state. From my house to Brian's house in Pennsylvania, across the state. Well, we could actually do across the coast, because we'll find out when we bring our guests on, but I think he's still in Florida, maybe? I don't know. So across the coast. We'll figure it out, though.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but we already have some people watching. Liz Clayton Brown says, I was about to head out the door when I got the notification this was starting, so I will go to the store later. Yes, Liz.
Thanks for watching, Liz. You are one of our freaking number ones from day one.
Literally, she has priorities. She's like, I gotta watch Across the Pond before I do anything.
She has to watch her Brett, except Brett isn't on, so she might be like, all right, no. She's like, I'm out.
Right. Oh, speaking of that, Tracy Turner has commented, evening all, tell him to pay his internet bill.
The shade.
The shade, I can't even. Oh my gosh. Cody Hurst is watching. Hey hoes. Hey Cody.
Hey Cody, you freaking bitch.
Hopefully you and Michael are doing something cute for Valentine's Day.
Oh my god, yeah, what are you and Michael doing? Let us know what you guys are doing for a cute little rat Valentine's Day.
Yes.
because
No.
the only thing I did was go to Vegan Treats, honey, and I bought myself some treat.
Oh my God! Did you get anything good?
Girl, so I walked in, right? It was a line. I had to wait for at least 20 minutes, but it was worth it. I got inside. I got my mom something. She loves the peanut butter bomb. It's like the best. I think I brought it to your Halloween party. That shit's the best. And then, so I got that for her, but I got me a heart Valentine's Day cookie, which is like a what is that called? Shortbread. A shortbread cookie that's like glazed. It was so good. And girl, they had the chicken donut waffle.
No, stop!
They did, and I got one.
I'm so jealous.
I was shook when they had them. I was like, "Oh my god, is that the chicken waffle donut thing?" She's like, "Yes." I'm like, "I need that." She's
Oh my
like,
God, it's so good. For everybody who doesn't know, there's a place called Vegan Treats in Bethlehem. It's near where Brian lives, and whenever we visit him or we're out that way, we always stop. They have cookies and cakes and ice cream, and it's all vegan friendly. And so the last time we went there, we got this amazing, huge, like glazed donut, and it had like a piece of waffle and a piece of fried chicken, obviously,
So good.
and it was the chicken and waffle donut. Oh, that was the best donut I've ever had in my entire life.
And the chicken is like, it's not like some people be like, "Oh, vegan chicken." It literally tastes just like chicken. Like it's insane of how they can replicate that taste. I don't know how they make it or what they make it, excuse me, out of, but it's so good. It's like amazing.
It is so good. Oh, speaking of that, Jeremy's watching. He says, "Damn you, Brian! Why didn't you get some for us?"
Don't worry, honey. I am for the weekend of the 26th.
Yes, I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Yes.
So, well, girl, while we still wait for Brett to figure out his IT issues, why don't we welcome our guest for this?
Perfect.
So, our guest this week is a fellow WLFE DB radio podcaster. He has his own show, which is on Monday nights. Oh gosh, I always butcher this. I think it's 10 p.m. I don't know. We'll have him talk about
I
his
think
show.
it's 10 p.m.
Yeah, we'll have him talk about his show and introduce his show and all that good stuff once we bring him on. So without further ado, from Real Talk with Dom, let's welcome to the show, Dominic. Hey!
What's happening, my WLFEDB family? What's going on, guys?
Yes. Welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here.
Yeah.
And cheers to Arrow to the Heart Day.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. I got my Dunkin' over here.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are just tuning in, our co-host Brett is having some technical difficulties, but he'll be on shortly.
Oh, I think this is him. Let's see. Are you there, Brett?
I'm on my fucking mobile. Seriously. No, literally. And also, okay, just to clarify, okay, I do pay my bills. Okay, I do pay my bills. It's Tracy Turner. Okay.
At least I wasn't the first F word. I'm notorious for that, so at least I wasn't the first.
So I'm actually checking my mobile. It's so awful.
It's
No,
not.
you're fine.
It's definitely not
It
that-
actually looks good. You look good.
Yeah, you look good.
You look good.
So, Brett, before we talk to Dom, do your little introduction since we missed you at the beginning of the show.
Hi everyone, I'm your very pissed off British host from London, UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, not Brett, Dom. So, we're gonna give you the floor, I guess you could say, for the video. So, tell us a little bit about your show. I want to know like how you how it started, like why you decided to do the podcast you're doing, and like future, how can I say, like goals that you have for the show in the future.
Understand. Usually, I make a joke about that I have 2 books in the world. That's usually what kind of I do on the show. But in reality, I got on Talk with Teddy one night when one of his guests failed, and we talked about my first book that I put out, and that's kind of how it started. And I told him I wanted a show. I wanted to transition out of the entertainment world as far as TV production and kind of do my own thing. And it kind of worked out. You get tired of it because there's a lot of things that happen in the back with TV production that you get annoyed from doing it as long as I have, and not getting the true push from people that, you know, when you're promised something and then you have a dream and it just kind of happens that way. So what Teddy had me on his show and we talked about my poetry book. I got Real Talk with John, which is You Are Right, 10 p.m. Monday nights, WLFEDB. Yeah, from there. And then, like I was talking to Bri earlier in the green room, which we could talk about later, going back to the entertainment world, I just been doing this forever, and this is what I love. I love entertaining a crowd. I love just having conversation. I get to be myself on a podcast, technically.
Yeah.
You know?
Love that. Love it. So now your show, I know that you do things like with authors and, you know, your show, what I'm trying to say is like your show mainly though is around like paranormal. So like, I want to know, like, I love paranormal stuff. Like,
right.
Like Halloween's my favorite holiday, horror movies. Like people who've watched podcasts with me before know, like my 12th and the 13th birthday party, like I had an overnight sleepover for all my friends. And I was like, I'm turning a teenager. And we watched like all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Like, literally, that was my like celebrating turning 12 to 13, becoming a teenager, was like sleepover with my friends, pizza, and watching horror movies. Like, and I
love that.
That's nostalgic. I love that myself.
Yeah. So like, obviously, I love horror stuff and creepy stuff, and I've done, you know, I'm close enough, like maybe an hour and a half to Gettysburg. So I've done the ghost stuff. So like, how did you personally get into paranormal?
It happened when I was a little kid. I saw a ghost. Technically, I know there's all skeptics, but but I've always felt things. I've seen things. I started learning how to technically do it. Like I build my own Ouija boards. I don't really mess with the equipment as much because I don't really believe in it. The one thing I do like the spirit box, but I really it's technically the back to basics of paranormal. I actually set myself in a haunted house, sleep there, and I practice. And that's how you do it. And I stay by myself. I do it by myself. I don't bring anyone in unless I do like a night where I ask people to come in. And I've been in a house that witches don't go back in. Other people ran out of the house, and that's the place that I've slept for years. Wow. And technically, I had to learn by myself, and you have to take that fear out of you. So I scry. You know, mirrors are your best friend in the paranormal world. Things like that, and you're literally an iPhone. You just talk to the room, listen back, and you'll get things. I mean, that's basics.
I'd have a panic attack.
But you know what? I actually transitioned a little bit with Real Talk with Don because, like, when I talked to Bri earlier, like I keep saying Bri, sorry, because I see that on there. So I don't know.
No. You can call me. A lot of people call me Bri. It's fine. I love it.
He gets called a lot worse.
Yeah.
Shut up, Brett.
Sure.
But I don't want to keep my show all paranormal all the time. I'm trying to push concerts with musicians, as you know, Possessed Tranquility. They're my theme song. They've been on the show. I want to push jewelry. I got G by the Sea on right now with you know, the Busy Girls as well. There's G by the Sea, Jenna Grover.
Love that.
You guys know that. Straight up, I can't really get it, but I bought the moon thing. Just vendors alone, just people who need to be pushed out there, who don't get that opportunity with like bigger stores, as you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what I'm about. I'm about the entertainers and the authors and stuff like that, and the people who just want. The reason I kind of transitioned the show is because of the fact that I didn't get those opportunities working in the film industry that you were kind of promised and things like that. So it's like one of these things where I really want to help the entertainers get back out there. That's what's needed, you know?
Yeah.
Give people hope, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I totally agree. And I think that's like what we were talking about. I would say backstage, whatever, before the episode started, was that, you know, we have you on now. I've reached out to, you know, as everyone knows, I'm part of the podcast Inside the Drag Closet. So I reached out to my drag sisters on there to have them on. And, you know, obviously we're living in an age until, you know, things get better. They're getting better, but I mean, until life is like somewhat normal again. We're in this virtual age, so like so many people are doing podcasts and online things, so we kind of have to support each other and cross promote and go on each other's shows to help everyone be as successful as they can with this online adventure.
Right. And it's the time to do it now that everyone has to stay home technically and then entertain themselves. I mean, this is the time to get ourselves back out to the world so we could do live performances again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. It's just how I feel. It's just how I have an outlook on it. And the weirdest experience I've had recently was going back on set, and usually we're mingled together, having lunch with each other, and it's such a good time, hugging and stuff like that, and just laughing.
Yeah.
We had to stay 10 feet away from each other on this, and I understand. I'm for it. Like we masked up. Everyone had to go find a corner to eat their lunch in. It was a desert as far as you were by yourself, and and we're all looking at each other like we really want to spend time with each other.
Yeah,
to be safe.
Yeah, it's definitely hard and weird, and there's so many like emotions and stuff. Because like I know since probably since the end of last summer, I know spring and most of summer was kind of really shitty compared to like recently. But I know after taking such a long hiatus of doing drag, it was like shows started coming back in. I mean, they were 1 and 2 here and there. It wasn't like my normal multiple shows a week, but like going to a drag show and having to like wear a mask when I wasn't performing, or I spent most of my time. I'm so used to like as an entertainer, especially like a drag queen, you're used to feeding off the energy and the vibes from the audience, and when you're performing, them tipping you and you taking their money and maybe I don't want to say flirting, but like interacting with them so that way you can get the crowd really motivated. And it's so weird. It was you take the tips or whatever. But as soon as you're done, it's like I would go backstage and I would like stick all the tips in like my bag and my suitcase, and I would I'd be like covering myself in hand sanitizer, put my mask back on, and it was just weird. And then after the show, so many times I felt like really shitty because like I'm a person like after a show's over, I like interact with all the crowd, maybe have a drink with them, take pictures. Like, what did you think about the show? What didn't you like about the show? Did you enjoy my performances? And interacting, and like half the time I'd go to a show and as soon as it was over, I'd quick pack up all my stuff, sneak out the back door of the club, and go home. I wouldn't even interact with people, and it's not like I did, and it's not like I wanted to be that bitch and not interact with people. But I was just so afraid of like being that close to someone, or someone touching me, and what if they have COVID? So it's so weird.
And that hurts everything, and it's crazy because like it hits you in the heart, I'm sure, and the guts that as interacting with the fans helps. Yeah. Just like, when you're going in the comment section, I'm seeing like, I see, I think her name is Ciara Pels. I have a Ouija board, things like, these are everyone interacting,
Yeah, for sure.
It's really cool. And that's what we need as entertainers. And like when you can take a picture with somebody, like a selfie, and just they could post it on their Facebook. Oh, this is this person, things like that. Like it makes everyone feel good. It makes you feel like you were part of something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do my selfie thing. Like when we do our picture later, like I want everyone to feel like we were all here.
Yeah,
for sure, definitely. Oh, from Jeremy did ask a question. I'm guessing this is to you, Dom. What is SKRY?
A scry. A scry is mirror work. Where I would sit and meditate in front of a mirror, and entities would pull up. You would see dark figures, or I would actually put a mirror in a room and I would study it, and I would see the things walk by, because that's the thing. A mirror is your greatest tool. And this is my personal opinion. This is not for everyone, I guess, because everyone likes all the gadgets and shit. But I like to I won't stand in front of the mirror all the time, but sometimes I'll just meditate there, and then like you'll see it. And I actually have witnesses that when I did some exorcism on some house, a couple of them, because I'm a gray, I'm not, I'm not for any kind of structure, but I know how to take the spirit out of a house, and they all felt good. Literally, you study the mirror and then you watch, and that's how you find them. Now, the thing about that, if somebody would ask me, well, can you get it on video? Absolutely not.
Huh. Interesting.
You know, but I use a mirror. If you ask me to come to a paranormal investigation, you will see a big ass mirror with me, and
Yeah.
that's what I do. That's a scry.
Interesting. Mirrors always freak me out, like at night, like because I have a. I don't know if you can see it. This is a mirror right here, right here. It's like a what is that? Like a long mirror, and I have a mirror actually on my wall as well. And at night, I like freak myself out because I toss and turn all the time because I have bad restless leg syndrome. And when I toss to the side of the mirror, I sometimes look and I'm like, oh my god, what is that freaky figure? I'm like,
probably a ghost, bro.
And then it's like gone. I'm like, ew. I freak myself out. Like I'm just like, I don't know what the heck I just saw.
Well,
Don't come to me, Mr. Ghosty.
I'm telling you, they come in the form of, and we're not gonna. I know this is not a paranormal show and things like that, but usually the figure in the mirror is blacker than the room you're in and very easy to see.
Yes, and that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Ooh, Brian, your house is haunted, bitch. Get out!
Girl, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Don't run. Speaking of that, Liz Clayton Brown commented. She goes, "We have calm spirits in my house."
That's sweet.
Yeah, I like that. See, I've never had. I'm trying to think if I ever had. Well, like minus when I was like real little, like 5. There was like a really creepy spirit in the one house we lived in. But other than that, like, I've never in like a living experience, like whether it was my house I was living in, my parents, whatever. Things, spirits and things, like weird things happen, like TVs turning on and off and toilets flushing by themselves. But like other than that, like I've never had anything like evil or terrible happen.
That's what I'm afraid of. Like I would just be like so freaked out. Excuse my dogs, everybody. They're obnoxious. God. But like I did a Ouija board a long time ago with my friend Chris and actually my Aunt Susie. And the one time it kept saying like I'm a key and then some person named Aman, A-M-A-N or something. I can't remember. Like it was just like so weird. And the one time we asked it because the phone was ringing, we're like, who's on the phone? And it told us it was my aunt. Actually, I don't know if she's watching, but it was my Aunt Doreen. And my Aunt Susie was like, oh my God, let's see what it was. And my mom was downstairs. And my mom's like, hey, Dor. And that's my Aunt Doreen's nickname. And we're like, oh my God, how did it know? It was like so freaky. Like Ouija boards are free. I never had a bad experience, knock on wood, but it was just like, how did it know? Like it was so crazy. So
I believe you on there. And honestly, like people will see it as a game. And if you really don't know what you're doing, you probably shouldn't mess around with it. But
girl, I'm gonna bring one to your house and open it.
No. Just like your mom said, no Ouija boards in my house, LOL. You better tell your sister, get it out.
What's an Ouija board? What is it?
it's a spirit board as far as it has lettering, numbers, and what you do is you build a window. It's called a planchette. I get my own. So usually it's in the form, actually with my first book, Mind's Eye, that's what a planchette looks like. I have it on the cover, excuse me. However, though, I use a shot glass, a clear shot glass, and it's 2 fingers with anyone who's involved. Usually I kind of do it by myself. That's kind of a rule number 1 not to do, but you get it. I kind of have to teach myself.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, a Ouija board is technically, it was built, I don't want to say, I can't answer when it was built, but it was a very long time ago. And it literally, it's numbers across. Probably should put my credit card across the screen.
You can feel.
And then, yeah, it's numbers and letters across with hello, goodbye, yes and no, things like that. So what you do is you ask the spirit the question. But when you do a Ouija session, you have to, when you ask the questions, you have to know the answer for the person you're asking for. So if you say, weirdly enough, is this my grandma? It could be demonic spirit coming in. If it goes to yes, you not really know what you're doing. You have to ask them a question as if, say, back in 1985, I was wearing this and this, that they would only know the answer to. That's how you
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't know that, and that's where people have bad experiences.
Yeah.
If it's all real, because I know it's real. I know what I witnessed, but there are skeptics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, If you guys are interested in it, when I get up to up north, I'll personally make all of you a Ouija board, and I'll send one to you in the UK, my friend.
Oh,
And
damn.
it'll be a Dom style board for sure.
We'll conjure up some demons in the coven. And it's a funny running joke that we have, Brett and Dom. So my house is like, it's a big house, 3 stories. It has pillars on the front of it and everything, and it's all white, and then like the shutters are black. So it looks just like, I don't know if you've seen American Horror Story Coven with the witches.
I don't watch TV anymore.
Oh, well,
He's definitely not seen it then.
well, I don't know if you ever heard of the TV show American Horror Story, but
I did.
Yeah, but they do. What was I say? Every season there's some kind of different, whether it's witches, whether it's vampire, like whatever, some kind of like creepy like topic, whatever. So the 3rd season was called Coven, and it was about witches in a coven. And they use the I don't know what the exact name of it is, but it's that big white famous house on the corner in New Orleans. Everyone visits.
Okay.
If you're familiar with it,
the Chateau or something.
Yeah. So they used that to film the American Horror Story, and that was the Witch's Coven. Well, my house kind of looks like that, big white house with a couple floors and stuff. So we always call my house the Coven. And I'm like,
we're gonna conjure freaking Whitney Houston. But girl, sing us a song.
Yeah, let's conjure up Whitney.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
One with New Orleans, I'll get to that second. And it sounds really stupid to people when I say I don't watch TV, but it truly comes from the TV production background. Is when I watch a show, I can see where all the lights are, shit like that. So like TV production ruined anything for me as far as enjoying a show. And then I do a click. If anyone knows what a click is, that's an edit where it's like, all right, so 1 edit, 2 edit, 3 edit, and I'm like, I can't watch this shit. And then with New Orleans, do you know why all the shutters and houses are painted different colors?
No, I don't know that.
It's to actually scare away spirits from not going in the house. It's confusing.
Oh wow.
Oh. Yeah. I should have figured with something like that because New Orleans is so. That's why I loved. So obviously, or should I say, going back to what I was saying, like Horror Story, like season 3 was about the witches, and then every season's like something different, spooky. So there's been 9, Brian? Yeah, 9 seasons so far of the TV show.
Yeah.
They started filming the 10th, but like with COVID or whatever. Anywho, so I love season 3 the most out of. I've loved all the seasons. They're all different and cool and unique in their own way. But season 3 is my favorite because not only was it witches, but it like took place at that house in New Orleans. So it was also they also had voodoo and like all that stuff that goes on in New Orleans. And I just love like that. I don't study anything with witches or like do anything like that. But like something about witches and voodoo is just like I don't care if it's a TV show, a movie, or even real life. Like I will watch it. I'm in from start to finish. I love it. I don't know what it is about it.
Well, the last thing I actually did watch was Sabrina, the new series, and I
yes,
fell in love
I
with
love it. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Yes, it was a fabulous series. But when it comes to like movies that are like creepy, like I can't think of the one, but it's this old woman, and I think she's possessed by a demon. She's like, connect the dots, connect the dots, connect the dots. I'm like, oh my god, I had a panic attack almost in the movie they were watching.
Is that the same film as there was a person chopped up, put in a suitcase, and chucked off the train? Was it on the train? There was this demented woman on a train who was like killing people, and they couldn't believe it was like the old granny.
No, I'll Google it real quick. Hold on, let me see.
Drag me to hell.
No, let me Google.
Is your one the one in? She's in the diner, the American diner. No,
she's in a psych.
A psych ward.
Psych ward. I'm making this up.
I love the like the film, The Orphan. Is it Orphan?
The Orphan is so iconic. That is one of my favorite horror movies ever.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
what?
It's fucked up, but it's good.
Dom, have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but I'm gonna take note.
Dom, you need to see that. And girl, I think you would. It's a good horror movie. It's not like too scary. It's just like a really fucked up good horror movie. Everybody that's watching this podcast, if you have not seen The Orphan, honey, watch it tonight.
I'll watch it.
It's so good.
Is that the one with? Wait, hold on. Maybe I did. Is that the one with the little girl who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Without
see it.
giving too much
Yeah.
away for the audience who may have not seen it.
There's my friend Nancy Lee in here right now. So she does this. I'm not gonna plug
Hello,
much,
everyone.
but she does the Fizzy Girl. She's on my show all the time. She does these ring drops where everyone gets jewelry and shit like that. Have you seen it, Matthew? Like it's in a phone thing, and she goes, "Good juju, and you can buy this ring." So you get up to like $1,000 worth of jewelry. So it's like, I believe it's like a $17 thing or a $20 thing, and she drops it in. I bought rings for Ted. I bought rings for Kenny Biddle, Tom Nally. I mean, shit, we just have so much fun on there. So that's somebody you guys may want to look into one day, as far as just like straight up jumping on, as far as a good jewelry show.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But definitely have to check it out.
Real quick,
Fun.
this is the movie.
The Devil Inside.
Oh.
I've never seen it.
It was
That just looks and sounds fucked up, but
it was a fucked up movie. Don't watch. It's too scary.
I love Trick or Treat, The Exorcist, and Jaws. Jaws was scary as shit.
I love it.
No.
It-
Ooh.
You know, it
The
was
clown
too
and
much.
No, I hate clowns.
I hate clowns.
Sort of, I love the
It's
one
so
where I
creepy.
think it was they did a fake thing of it, and it actually was like they did like, I think it was Britney who's there, like Britney's face. I think they did a piss take of it. But it's pretty funny with the little balloon, and I just think it's pretty
No, I
amazing,
do
yeah.
not like clowns. And
I need to see the new one actually, because I think they did a new one like 2019. I haven't seen it yet, but like it too, where it's like
I've
30
never
years later.
seen- I've never seen any of the 8 movies. Fuck clowns. No
Yeah.
way. No.
They don't scare me, but I thought it was kind of fun.
Oh no, they're so creepy. Oh my gosh.
clowns.
Let's do this real quick. I gotta do this the right way. Let's do a nice selfie real quick.
Oh yeah, let me take this question down.
Where's my
Oh.
phone?
Grab my water.
Shit.
Everyone ready?
Oh, I'm just getting my
Mine's
phone ready. I know. Hold on one quick sec, because I'll do it at the same time. I'll hide my camera. All right, 1, 2, 3.
All right, it took 3. We got to have something good there.
I hate smile braces, so I just have to do like a little duck lip, like.
You're good, my friend.
Little Brian's like this. Brian's like a basic white girl who just got filler. Like, look at my lips. Oh,
Girl, made it in the picture.
did you cut me off, girl?
Yes, girl.
Yo, worst picture ever.
Frank Cancel's jumping on right now. He's in here for support. He's somebody I met out of a poetry group, and he has 2 books as well. He's going to jump on my show tomorrow night, and that's out of the UK, brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't I feel like that's that famous duo, and I can
Hello,
never remember what
Clarice.
their names are.
Yeah.
Just make sure you like edit that photo a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Make
Oh,
Brian look worse.
That's
That's not
pretty
what
good.
it was. Again, that
But,
looks fucked
yeah,
up.
no, that's
though.
cool that we get to mingle. Like we're going overseas now and
Here's
stuff.
Brian.
Yes.
Shut up, Brett.
So let me see here. Oh, so my fabulous, wonderful neighbor Debbie's watching.
Debbie.
Hey, Debbie. She
Love
said,
you,
"No,
Debbie."
I was helping
Sweet
friends
dog,
move out of a
Debbie.
1940s home over the summer, and in 2 different rooms, I had strong and long deja vu. Then in the basement, I kept seeing people walking by the outside door. I told owners about it. They asked me what rooms and where. They told me a medium told them the one spot was a portal, and the other rooms were where death occurred.
Oh, hell to the no.
I'd
Damn.
be running out that house.
I'm gonna go back
so
and
quick.
reread that.
That's crazy. This is so over. I believe this is before COVID happened. The first time I met them, I don't forget their names, Debbie. I know one's name is Michael. I forget the other one. But they, like Debbie said, the 2 guys are moving out of their home. They bought a new home, and it was like an older home in Harrisburg. A lot of homes, like some of them were really, really old. And she was telling me they were all 3 once we got together at her house. Were telling me like all these ghost stories. I was like, oh my God. I like literally was at Debbie's house for like midnight, just sitting there on the couch, like a glass of wine, like, ooh, tell me more. And they were telling me like all these ghost stories from their house of like creepy, weird things happening. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't think I could have lived there. Like, because like I said, like maybe if like something like a toilet flushes by itself or something random like that happens, okay, I'm okay with it. But if there's constant activity going on like all day, every day, no, girl, I'm moving.
Yeah, I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here.
Oh, Scott. She said Scott. Yes, Michael and Scott were the couple. That's the couple's name who was living in this house. I'm like, girl, I know why you're moving because that's creepy. No.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
She's not wrong about that. The meeting was probably right because the place I stay in is actually a portal as well. So that meeting was probably right. And I work with mediums all the time.
So, like, when you say a portal, what exactly does that mean?
A doorway, as if you're walking inside of a front door and a back door.
Oh.
Is it always easy? Like, God, like, let's say somebody like me that walks into it, like, would I know? Like, I feel like I'm just like sometimes in the situations I don't realize. I'm like, oh my god, let me go down this little hallway real quick. Like, what is it easy to get out of it? Like,
would you know? It's probably you probably wouldn't unless you kind of study the world.
okay,
But yeah, it's kind of out there. Honestly, it honestly sounds nuts. But the medium is probably right. Because I caught little kids at the house within EVPs. I've caught growls. I've seen the lights turn on and off and stuff like that. And like I said, when the witches I had come in, they don't want to go back into the house because there are also like heavier things there. But like I said, that's a portal.
Oh.
That's crazy. There's so much that I don't know about. Like, obviously, like that's why I'm asking these questions. Like, I went on like ghost tours and stuff, and like for Gettysburg, for example, and like I said, weird shit has happened in my house when I was like younger. But like I've liked paranormal stuff enough to watch it and like hear about it and all that, but I've never done enough to like want to like follow it and pursue it. So it's interesting to hear like all the stuff you're talking about and learn more about it.
Yeah.
I've had a weird thing happen to me once, and it was like driving. So I'll share it real quick. Like I was literally driving. It was a storm. Like it was like getting ready to like storm the fuck out of there because it was like bad thunderstorms coming through. I remember, and I can't like this is weird because like I don't know if I made this up in my mind, and I swear to God I didn't. But I remember I was driving, and all of a sudden, all the lights in my car just like turn on, like the dome lights. And then the airbag light on the dash like popped up. I'm like, what is going on? It was like, and I felt weird. Like I felt like an energy, and it was like the freakiest thing. I told my mom, I think when I came home, she's like, "Girl, bye. You and your cars." And I was just like, and for those of you that know me, you know I go through my car bullshit. I have like the worst luck with cars. My mom tells me I need to see a witch doctor because I have a curse when it comes to vehicles.
But he goes through more cars than I've had men. Literally, like every year, like, I've got a new car.
From 2006 till current, I've had over 15 vehicles. That just goes to show.
Wow.
Anyways, so it was just the creepiest energy, and like I don't know if it was a storm. I don't know if my car got struck by lightning. I didn't realize it. Like it was just weird how those lights just turned on out of nowhere when I didn't open my door. I was driving, and like the energy I felt was very like creepy. I got like really spooked, and like the random light on my dashboard like showed up, and then everything turned off, and I was just fine. I'm like, that was so weird. It was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, random shit like that. Yeah, for sure. And I'm reading some comments too, like Debbie. Yes, that's a fact.
Oh, Dom, can a spirit jump into your body? Ooh.
Like, would you be able to feel that though? Would you, like?
What do you mean by that?
Like would you be, if they went like jump through your body, would you feel that sort of? It's
an electrical feeling. It's not a cold chill. It feels like you're almost being shocked. It usually happens pretty quick. As they breeze through you, because I use the word breeze, almost because they are wind now. But you'll feel like you'll get these, like I said, the shock feeling, and the goosebumps will come up. Like I said, the only way I could do it is by looking at my arm and explaining it that way, because like feel when they say that the hair on your body will stand up, it will. Even the hair on my head does, and I don't have any. So no, it's the truth. I mean, it's truth. But yeah, it's a cool feeling to me. It's a cool feeling to me. But then like there's things like you were talking about, like sleep apnea and things like that earlier. I don't feel like a lot of that could be medical, but that's my own point of view.
I have sleep apnea. That's why I need my double jaw surgery.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to bring any of that up and shit like that, but it's none of my business. But yeah, dude, I honestly said I thought you didn't need it. Like I said, he's got good structure and shit like that. So cool. Like,
well, thank you. Not from the side, maybe front on, but not from the side.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's so crazy, Dom. I've always thought again, like I've always thought, like when I think about like spirits and like and things like that, but I've never. Like I said, I've never dove deeper into it to be like, oh, well, this happened to me one time, so was I possessed or whatever? Like I never like thought to connect dots or look at this and look at that. So I'm just like, oh, it happened, whatever, and I go on with my day. But like, I guess from what you were saying, I guess like I've had like spirits and stuff because like I've had moments where like literally I was like completely fine. Next thing I know, I just like kind of like froze in my tracks and all my hair on my body started standing up.
Yes.
And I got goosebumps and chills and like.
Ew, I've had experiences like that too. What about you, Brett?
No. So I'm not,
Rich.
if I'm honest, I don't really believe in any of the sort of paranoia.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but I respect the people that do. But me personally, I don't. But I'd
like to talk to you sometime, Brett.
Huh?
I want to talk to you sometime because there's things that I do in a way that I could probably open your mind.
Yes, make him believe in ghosts.
Some of it happens in dreams, things like that.
No, I just dream about work. That's what I dream about. I just dream about work.
Ew, Brett.
Certain smells.
No, Jane, I actually dreamt about work last night, and it was horrendous because I woke up really stressed because I was like, oh my god, was that a dream or was that real life? Yeah, and my flatmate, he watched some paranoid stuff. Like there was one which is obviously most of it is American. And they were sleeping in what looked like these tunnels, and they were all like talking about their experiences of like shadows and sort of stuff happening that was sort of not, which was paranoia. And I was just sitting there thinking like, I don't really believe in any of it really, but
yeah,
like I respect those that do, and yeah.
I believe in it. I definitely believe like something like is there. Like when I'm feeling brave at night, when I'm like feeling adventurous, girl, all my lights will be turned out in my room, and then I'll take my phone with the flash on and take pictures just to see if I like see anything. And sometimes I see some weird shit. I'm like, all right, there's no dust on my camera, so I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna turn my light on, honey, and go to bed.
It's crazy because for anyone that goes into a ghost hunt, like when you watch the shows, and I'm not going to put them down because they're doing their thing, there is no, and I'm going to say the second F word because I'm literally, I feel heavy about this. There is no fucking way at times that you're going to literally capture a ghost in one night. It takes time to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, go ahead.
So when did you first get into sort of the paranormal?
As a kid. Like definitely as a kid, I was always into like horror movies, and then seeing my first ghost for sure. I'll never forget it. It was a gray Native American hiding behind a tree. Actually, I was jumping on the trampoline as a kid. I looked out there, and it was peeking around a tree. And it wasn't a mask and things like that because it was a gray that you can't explain, and it was just there watching. So I literally jumped off the trampoline and ran my ass inside, and then had to figure this all out. So
wow,
yeah.
Oh, I got chills.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
I'm very open to it. I think it's very cool to talk about because I had a really close friend of mine in high school. Her name is Steph, and she said she could see people that were no longer alive, and some other stuff. And I remember my friend Megan, who I'm really close with, and she doesn't believe in this sort of thing. My friend Steph had a Halloween party, and her house was the Gallows Hill. The road she lived on is called Gallows Hill Road, and this is where they had, I think, the witch trials or something. I don't know. They had some trials where people were decapitated on her property, and her house is severely haunted. Well, she had a Halloween party there, and my friend Megan went. For some reason, I couldn't go. I can't remember. My friend Megan literally told me, she's like, Brian, she's like, I don't believe in this sort of, oh my God, like stuttering sort of stuff. She's like, I literally saw a ghost like that night at her place. And I guess a bunch of people saw this ghost. It was like a headless horseman guy in the field, and everybody got freaked out, and literally everybody left. Like it was the craziest thing. And I don't believe I mean, not me, but she doesn't believe that kind of thing. So it was creepy to hear her say that because I'm like, if she saw that, then it was just
My mom is actually on here right now. She jumped on and she said the Freehold House, and that's from New Jersey. That house was highly haunted. That was actually technically, I don't remember much of it, but there was a lot of shit that happened there with the lady that she was upside down in the window with my grandmother and stuff like that. She walked across this like kind of like a hallway that went down on the living room. A staircase went up, and they always kind of saw her. But it's kind of funny. My mom said, "Hi guys." Jenna,
hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She's not a paranormal investigator, but she's another fun one to find because she has the Jersey Shore Ghost Tours, and then she'll talk about all the hauntings and stuff. So she's no ghost hunter, but she goes into the history of it, so it's kind of fun. And she's actually my co-pilot all the time. Like she's my partner in crime with
Oh, I love that.
And it's all paranormal,
That's awesome. It's very interesting stuff, It's very. I'm always open-minded, and I'm just like I don't want to see ghosts because I'm a person that would I wouldn't sit well with seeing it. Like I would just be like freaked out. But I think it's cool.
When you come to my house, Brian, I'm going to make sure there's a ghost here to scare you.
You bet. I'm going to throw that shit in your room and lock your ass in there.
Oh my God. But we have to take a quick commercial break, but we will be back. So go take your pee, get more wine if you need to. And
wine, girl. Get your Valentine's Day treats.
Yes.
WLFE-DB.com, where you can find vodcast shows, podcasts, and more like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Paratalk Radio, Just Cindy, and more. So go check out WLFE-DB.com, where talk radio is a whole lot better. Our shows are your shows, and that there makes for a great talk radio.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Brie, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Ted Van Son Jr. is a seasoned investigator and well-versed in the ways of paranormal investigation. He is now ready to share his ideas and unique approach with all of you. Flashlight, recorder, and comfortable shoes. Hit the ground running as you follow this easy step-by-step guide to a fun and thorough paranormal investigation, perfect for first-time and lightly seasoned investigators. Think outside the paranormal box. Learn all about the technology and techniques used back in the early days of paranormal investigation. You can find these valuable resources online at Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and Amazon. Get yours today.
Hi, I'm Jenna Grover. In the world of fashion, we get lost in the cost. Everyone wants that special piece of quality jewelry, but they can't afford it. Not on my watch. I sell handmade quality jewelry for a fraction of the price, and that includes jewelry made of sea glass, natural stone, crystal beads, glass beads, Bigfoot jewelry, and more. If you don't see what you want, email me, because I make custom jewelry too. Check out my website at gbythesea.com. Also, you can email me at jewelry@gbythesea.com.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
Hello, everyone who is watching. Welcome back to Across the Pond.
What's happening?
So I wanted to, oh my God, Brian, I wanted to bring this up to you before the commercial break, but I was like, oh, we need to take a commercial break. So I know what you're having for dinner tonight, girl. Your mom said my damn pot and pasta burned because I'm so in tune with this podcast.
Oh my God, I love that for us. No wonder I smell something weird.
Yes. You're having spaghetti for dinner, girl. Good luck.
I love that. Happy Valentine's Day, bitches. Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
Serious.
So oh gosh, there are so many comments.
There's
that are
Genevieve.
Yes, Genevieve's watching.
Hi, Genevieve.
Hey Genevieve, thank you for watching. So let's see here. Hold on.
I see a question up there from
Yes, Emily. Our friend Emily's watching.
I'm not 100% familiar, but I will look into it because there's so many hauntings and stuff like that. But I am not familiar with that one, and I'm actually interested in knowing what that would be. So
yeah,
I'm actually going to look into it.
Yeah, definitely look into it. I don't know the full, like I know of it. I mean, I'm sure you and even Brian. I mean, I know he's here in PA, but like unless you're from like the area that I live in and grew up in, you probably don't know about it because that's where it happened in this area. So if you are from this area, you at least know of what it, like you've heard of it before. So I've heard it before. I know a little bit about it, but I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know enough about it. But it's definitely a really creepy, like haunted, like fucked up story for sure. Like,
I'll fucking go check it out with all you guys. We'll just, when I go to Jersey, I'll ride up there and we'll all go.
Yeah,
we have to do creepy. I have not done anything creepy in like a long time, but like I love it. I remember, oh gosh, this is years and years ago. There was this like, I don't even know where it is anymore. Like if you were like take us there, I couldn't because it's been probably at least like I don't even know 10 years at least. But there was this bridge that went over like this little like I don't know, it's like a little creek. But this bridge went over it, and it was at the bottom of this huge like hill, and it was like all farmland, and there was like a farmhouse on top of it. And obviously, people that live there now didn't live there back in like 100 years ago, whatever. But apparently, like the story is allegedly that this like it was like this guy and his wife and the daughter, and then he like murdered the wife, and then went down to the stream where this bridge is now over top, and like drowned his daughter there. So apparently, if you go to this bridge and you like I don't even know what her name is anymore. Where you say her name and she's supposed to like,
oh jeez,
do weird things, whatever. So the last time we went there, we drove down and like I parked my car on the bridge, and we were just sitting there. And then we were like, let's. And then everyone's like, so we're gonna get out. I'm like, no. We went in like the middle of winter, like it was like 20 degrees outside. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of cold. I was like, let's turn the heat on and let's like warm the car up first, and whatever, and like let's get warmed up before we get out of the car. So first of all, I have the heat on full blast, and it's not warming up in the car at all. And I'm like, this is weird. So then we're like, okay, well, let's just get out. So I had my seatbelt on still, and before I even took my seatbelt off to get out of the car, my seatbelt started coming out of the thing, and I quick was like, fuck this, and I drove off. I was like, hell no.
Was this on Paranormal Caught on Camera, where there was a lady that screams and then like the car got all fucked up, like the engine shut off and shit like that, and the doors locked on the people, and the horn started going off once they started asking about, like, I think they called her name like 3 times. Am I on the? Is this the same story?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know.
Because I picture a bridge in my mind with that TV show that was on. And I remember that happening, but I'm not sure if we're talking about the same story, but it sounds very similar. It
might be. Like I said, I haven't been there in years and years. So like this is just what I remember from the last time I was there. So and I was told this story and all this info before we even went there. So I might not even have my facts 100% straight. I just remember sitting in my car with a seatbelt on and looking like, going to take my seat, like open the door, get out of the car, whatever. And before I went to open the door and get out of the car, I remembered, oh fuck, my seatbelt's on. I need to take my seatbelt off. Before I could even turn my head back around over to take my seatbelt off, I just saw the seatbelt like coming out of the thing, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm done. Fine.
Yeah.
And I drove off. Like I didn't have any issues with my car. It was just, that weird thing happened. I was like, I'm out. I'm not even getting out of the car. Fuck that.
I don't blame you. Now, the Fizzy said that she's familiar with the story. I'm originally from PA. Now, I call her the Fizzy because that's Nancy. She's my friend, and she does that shit. Like I said, I call her the Fizzy all the time. It's just I can't get out of it.
Love that.
That's what the Fizzy is. She's forever Fizzy to me.
My gosh.
I love it.
So I sort of have a story like that. It was a long time ago. Nothing weird happened, but has anybody ever heard of Shades of Death Road in Warren County, New Jersey?
I have not.
No,
Probably
but I will go.
Definitely look it up. So I remember I was with my friend Molly and my friend Carmen. And they're like, "All right, Brian, we're gonna go on an adventure." I'm like, "Okay, where are we going?" Mind you, I believe I was 16 years old and I just had got my license. And they're like, "Oh, let's go to this road. It's called Shades of Death Road." And I actually just Googled it because I wanted to make sure I wasn't saying it, because I was saying, it was a 50 Shades of Gray. It was Shades of Death. And so I guess what you have to do, and you're supposed to go there and you're supposed to, do a little puff puff, and then you're supposed to see some scary shit. And it was just like the most, I don't know, randomest thing ever, but nothing scary happened. But they claim, like, both of them were like, "Oh my God, no, we've seen some scary shit." And I just kept laughing the whole time. So I think I killed the vibe, but I was just like, "Get the fuck out of here and do something."
Well,
but like,
crazy because I had a really crazy experience with Whippoorwill Road in New Jersey, but there's Genevieve, because I was gonna bring her like to PA to do this thing, but like she knows in the comments right now. She goes, "Yes, I know of Shades of Death within the Jersey realm because she does all that shit." That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh wow,
a researcher.
that's awesome. Yeah, like my friends were serious, like, "Brian, it's like actually really scary." I'm like, and again, back then I was 16 years old. I'm like, "Oh, I don't believe this shit." So they're like, "All right, what you have to do is do a little something, something, and then you'll see some scary shit." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." And when you're a teenager, you're just like, whatever,
I think
so I did that, and then I just laughed the whole time. And they're like, "Brian, you're such a dumb bitch." Like, I killed the vibe probably, but it was a freaky like area. It wasn't like cute. It was actually really spooky, but I was just laughing. So
Brian's like, "Oh my God, guys, do you see that over there?" And they're like, "What?" And Brian's like, "There's like 4 dudes just standing on the corner." And they're like, "You're high."
I hate you. But no, seriously, like I love like some stuff. I'm just so intrigued by. Like, I live in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and we're so known for a lot of our haunted places. And I believe there's a bridge right near me. I forget the name of the road, but it's like a haunted covered bridge. I forget what they're called. I think it's just called a covered bridge.
Yeah.
And, there's a specific night of the year you have to go on the bridge, and it's a magnetic field, something. I don't know. Something, your car turns off for like a minute. It's like weird. So
isn't that the point of paranormal though? Like, everyone's intrigued by it, no matter if you want to admit it or not. Like,
yeah,
that's why we all really exist in the end too. Like, as far as like shows and shit. Like, I know people who say ghosts aren't real and shit like that. But then like, did you see that show last night? I'm like, oh, I thought I didn't believe in that shit. Why are you watching?
Debbie just commented, Eastern State Penitentiary is a place I want to tour. Oh my gosh, I've been there before.
Right?
Yeah, it's in it's in PA. But whoa, God, where is it? I can't think. Debbie,
is it in Philadelphia?
It's not in. No, it's like near Philly, I guess. Like going towards Philly. I don't know. What?
Eastern.
One of the shittiest things. Go ahead.
It's in Philly, girl.
It is in Philly?
Yeah. Eastern State Penitentiary, also known as ESP, is a former American prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh. I was like, maybe it is. Maybe it's close to Philly. I know of it. But yeah, it's creepy. We should go there sometime. Yes.
I'll be down.
You know, the worst part about these shows, though, is like I know a lot of investigators, and these shows nowadays that have so much runtime that they have to figure out ideas, technically, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of us in the field that, we don't respect them because we do this because we love it and not for really entertainment anymore. So it's like, I feel like some of them, this is just my opinion. Like I said, once again, I'm allowed to have it.
Yeah.
Some of them need to step down and like give other people a chance, because like I know a lot of people who are trying to do the same thing who have like legitimate shit, and you can't get in there because these some bitches are just fucking running it. You know what I mean? It's like, you come from a place where, I have a background. So, all right. So I'll say this. I had my own paranormal show that I had in the works called a sizzle. Brian knows what that is. It was called The Haunted Realtor. and I own the shit. It's buying and selling haunted houses, and I work with the show House Hunters.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah. Technically, I work with the crew. I can't say I work with the house hunter, but I work with the entire crew on the other stuff because we do all the They are the ones that film all the scene on TV stuff. As you guys see, the 1999 at night, to buy all this shit. I've worked on most of that. I've worked on. I can't say the products on here because I understand it, but those, that glue that fixes everything, even boats. We did that.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, yeah. That's cool.
It's one of those things where it's like we couldn't get in even with those networks because these other people are just holding it down. And I'm like, you just fucking pushed an amazing idea out. And like the scissor reel was amazing. I mean, shit. All right. So it's still in the air to buy from me. I don't even want to be a part of it anymore because there's other shit I want to do. I want to be an actor and like podcast, but like they could buy it, but it's like, dude, why did you pass it up? It's now going on almost like 3 years. And they're like, yes, we're doing this. Get all the crew involved. I had my entire ghost crew come from New Jersey to Florida.
Wow.
To investigate this house that was not only investigate, but to sell it as a haunted house that was on the show Ghost Hunters.
Wow.
That's crazy. The entertainment industry, they're like, you know how they be.
They suck.
They do.
Right?
Your own production company.
Speaking of Florida, Kenny said, when I visited Florida, I did a ghost tour at the St. Augustine Lighthouse. When I was in Florida, I was in Jacksonville, so we were maybe like 45 minutes, like we were close to St. Augustine. And I remember we went down there for the day just to do like a trip out of Jacksonville, and there was all kinds of like pamphlets and flyers for like ghost tours and ghost stuff in St. Augustine. So are you near? Where are you in Florida, Dom?
I'm in Ocala. I live in Central Florida. It's an hour north of Orlando. It's
okay.
I think actually what they did here is I believe they have the Kentucky Derby. They are building the new arena here for horse racing, so it'll be the biggest in the world.
Wow.
So it's horse area.
Okay.
Now, if I say anything bad about the place, I'm trying to get in the magazines and stuff here before I leave, the 40 under 40 for Ocala magazine. So I can't really say anything bad other than it may be slightly boring for if you're having a good time. But yeah, it's there for it's for the rich, this town.
Yeah.
That's why I'm leaving. I'm not rich.
Bitches.
Not yet. Black Horse in the future, though.
Oh my God, Black Porsche. Yeah, I want a Range Rover so bad. Range Rover Sport.
Oh my God. Fucking Brian, you want every car in the world.
I want every car.
Dead. Oh my gosh.
So it's the Heart Day.
Yeah, so I feel like we just talked about like paranormal for this whole episode, which is fine. I have no qualms about that. It's fine. But I was like, oh, let's ask Dom about paranormal stuff on his show. And then here we are an hour later, we're still talking about it. Yeah, I love this.
I love it, but everyone's loving it, so it's awesome. It takes our distraction away from this holiday.
Cheers, everyone, for watching. I appreciate everyone. I don't recognize a lot of your fans and stuff like that, but I see some of my people in here too. But cheers.
I was going to say, like, obviously, like, you know, like Debbie, my neighbor, Kenny's one of our Valentines best friends. So like, those are normal people that watch for us. But like, obviously Nancy and like things like that. Like, I don't recognize those. Like, obviously, I recognize your mom because it's the same last name.
Yeah.
But like, it's cool that like both of our, you know, supporters, I guess you could say, are watching the show. So that's really cool.
Well, we did our job. It's called cross promoting each other, and we're scratching each other's back.
Yes.
Love that. So I wanted to, since it is Valentine's Day, and I know we didn't really talk about it much because none of us really celebrate it, but I wanted to know, if you have one, what's like maybe one of the worst things, it could be dating-wise, it could be non-dating-wise, that's happened to you on Valentine's Day?
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Who's first?
Anyone.
I don't want to go first. I got to think about this because I'm constantly fucking single.
I can't hear you, Brett.
What?
Freaking Brett. Brett is
Brett.
sensitive.
Yeah.
I can see you talk. Wait.
As he's been talking this whole time and we just can't hear him.
Oh, poor Brett. He's not muted anymore. Well, you were muted earlier, but you're not now. He's not talking though.
I don't think he can hear us.
Hello?
Oh,
There
we
you
can hear you now. Oh,
Oh,
wait, Brian.
Valentine's. The
Yeah.
worst experience I've ever had on Valentine's Day was another host jumping in and out.
Oh my gosh, that's for all of us.
I'm just playing.
Brett.
There you are, Brett.
So mine's not so much.
I can't with him.
Can you not hear me?
No,
No, we can.
It's funny how you disappeared and all of a sudden you came back. So my story,
He's like, all right, guys, I'm back.
like not even missing a beat. Like I'm back. Hey.
So yeah, so my story, it's not so much Valentine's Day, but it was just a really bad date. So can I talk about that?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spill the tea,
Okay.
honey.
So there was this guy I was chatting to called Rupert, and he seemed really nice. He was a journalist for, I think, the Daily Mail, which you probably do know about in America. It's one of our big tabloids. And so we went out for dinner in our gay area in London called Soho. We're really eating nicely, and he started chatting like about his cousins, and talking about how popular his cousin is. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, oh, but like his wife left him because he was fucking the nanny. And I'm like, oh, okay. And actually, so anyway, so we're having dinner, and he started chatting about it during our starter, and he was still chatting about his cousin and his soon-to-be ex-wife during dessert. So for about 45 minutes to an hour. Anyway, so I went downstairs, called a friend, and I was like, I do not know what the fuck is going on, but he started talking about his cousin, and that's all he spoke about. Anyway, so I went back up to finish it and think, well, I'm going to go. And then he started talking about The Voice, and I was just like, what the fuck are you going on about? So I just literally was like, what the fuck are you going on about? And by this time our dessert had finished, and we were having I was having a tea and he was having a coffee. He's like, oh well, like, you know, she's on The Voice and he's on The Voice, like The Voice US, and he's on The Voice UK. I was thinking, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it turned out his cousin was Gavin Rossdale, the rock star, and his ex-wife was Gwen Stefani.
Oh shit!
What?
And so he spent an hour talking about Gwen Stefani pretty much, and I hadn't, because he was like, oh, like they do music, but I presumed, you know, like they just do, like, they work, but they do a band at the weekends or something. And he spent a total of about an hour and 20 minutes talking about that. And then he messaged me about 2-3 days later saying, "Oh, do you want to meet up again?" I was like, I'm not really free at the moment, but I'll let you know when I'm free. And about a week later, he was messaging me again, saying like, "Oh, we should meet up again." So I thought, okay, I'll give him another go. And then he spent another hour and a half talking about them again.
Oh god!
So I was like, okay, I'm off. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm like, bye.
Yeah, I seem to pick people that seem to know people who are quite famous, and they like to sort of talk about them. Because I've had that twice.
Get it, Brett. We can find someone with Prince Harry.
No, that would have been.
I actually did go on a couple of dates with a guy who's friends with a friend of Prince Harry, he was nice, but
Love that for you.
he did speak about him a bit too much. I was just like, I'm on a date with you, not Prince Harry, and
Yes, that's.
It was awkward because he spent 2 dates talking about Gwen Stefani in the end, and it was like,
Yeah, that's awkward when someone's just like constantly talking about somebody else. Like,
and
shut
it's
you
awkward
up.
as well because we're thinking like we're sitting in a restaurant. Like, it's not like I can just like we're going. I don't know, at a coffee that I can finish my coffee and go. Like, we're ordered our food, and I'm like,
if you ever go back on a date with him, tell him to tell Gwen Stefani to call me so I can just take that off.
Yes.
Right, literally.
Like, call my friend Dom, give him a little quick, segment there.
There's no doubt on that one.
No pun intended.
No.
It was awful.
I can only imagine. Like, I can't. Like, I've obviously never been in those shoes where I've like went on a date with somebody or dated somebody who was like famous or knew someone famous. So like I can't like comment on it. But like that's annoying. Like you're on a date with that person, not who they know, who they don't know, and just because they can name drop Gwen Stefani, that doesn't make you. Yeah. It's not gonna make me like you anymore because you can name drop. You know what I mean? Like
it's annoying.
Who's doing that to seem popular?
I also, one of my first dates in London, I actually went on a date with someone who kept talking about his mum. And he was a really mummy's boy. And I was thinking, like, this is going to be horrendous. So I actually walked out.
You need a manager to manage your dates.
I do too.
Right, we're gonna put you. Is there the Bachelor in the UK? We're putting you on there.
No, oh, there was like a shit version like 5 years ago on like some random channel, but it failed. Put me on the Gay Bachelor. Put me on, I don't know, Love Island. You like gay version of Love Island.
Yes.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be.
Australia has the Bachelor, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch it.
I could just go on that.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah.
So, anybody else have any like crazy dating, Valentine's, lovey-dovey stories, or whatever you want to call it?
I just have like every Valentine's Day, not every Valentine's Day, but majority. I've always had like some sort of bad news. Like my first ever boyfriend broke up with me on Valentine's Day, and then the same time I found out my dog was like put down, and I didn't get to say goodbye on Valentine's Day. I just like I freaking hate this holiday. Like I hate Valentine's Day so much. So I'm just like bye.
I feel like it's so much a waste of money as well. I feel like Valentine's.
It's just another pain. Like Easter and Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving are like the 3 holidays I hate the most. I just hate them.
I love Thanksgiving.
I don't like Thanksgiving. I don't like Easter, Thanksgiving, or Valentine's Day.
I think what I like about Thanksgiving is like gathering together with like obviously I don't do I mean we're not gonna go into this story, it's a long story, but like I obviously don't associate, hang out with, see much of my family, my biological blood, whatever you want to call it, family anymore. So most of my holidays and get-togethers and things like that are spent with like my brothers and their girlfriends and wives. Like I'm so close to all of them, love them all to death, but that's like the only family that I really have. I don't have another family that I really talk to with my brothers and sisters. But so most of my holidays and gatherings like that are spent with my friends. So I like Thanksgiving for the sense of friendsgiving, like getting together with your friends and being thankful for your friends and things like that. Like
I love that concept. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to just like, you know, get together with your friends, like make a meal, eat, play games, like things like that. Yeah. So that's what I like about Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I think my top holidays that I love is Memorial Day weekend, Halloween, obviously, is like my favorite, all-time favorite holiday, and then Christmas. Those are like my top 3.
Yes, love it.
I find most of the holidays in the UK are crap.
Yeah, you guys have random ass holidays. Like,
well, so do you. Like, you have like you have Thanksgiving. Like, why do you need Thanksgiving?
I don't.
Fair enough. You have July 4th. It's your independence. Okay, fair enough. That's when your country grew up and left home and didn't need Britain to look after it. And you
were like,
yeah, we were like something that's actually it's become a sore subject with a lot. So it's like that's a tough one to actually answer. Yeah. If you guys really look into it.
4th of July, we're like, fuck off, UK.
we're like, fuck you, America as well. So that's fine.
We don't need you.
We're just both standing there like, fuck you at each other.
I do see a comment in here that I do want to answer for somebody real quick. Don't mean to
no.
It says, Dom, what is the title of your book?
Yeah, what is it?
It's Mind's Eye. You get a paperback version of that one or the Kindle version, and the other one is simply called 2, which is in Kindle. It is poetry books, and that's what I write. I write poetry.
Yes, I love that. That's so cool.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Oh, Brian's mom. Agree, Brett. It is a waste of money, and that's what I was going to comment on. Like, that's what I think. I think it's what I don't. It's not what I don't like about Valentine's Day. I think it's what I don't get. Like, why is that one day of the year you have to go out and spend this massive amount of money, usually on fattening foods, and flowers are going to die in like a day? I love them. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you walk, I don't care who you are. If you walked up to my house, you're like, here's a box of chocolates and some roses, and you thought that I was going to like fall to my knees, like, oh my God, thank you so much. I love you so much. I'd be like, Get the fuck out of here. No. Like,
I don't. Yeah, I don't get Valentine's.
Fuck Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Don't get it.
People go over the top. Like people like, I mean, like some people just spends like thousands of dollars for Valentine's. I'm like, damn girl, you could just spend that on like a vacation. It's just like one day of the year. Like you have to express it. Like
I get it.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I get it for anniversaries. That's what I think's nice. But Valentine's, I feel that's just like they're not robbed away, really.
But I mean, if someone wants to send me like a box of dark chocolate covered strawberries, girl, holla at your boy. But other than that, bye.
I think enough. Like I think all of you are right. It's become something so much that like it's become such industry just to make money on fucking hearts and.
But then I feel that is. If you look back at years back, that's all the holidays, Christmas, Easter.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Everything is about money, making money.
Even Mother's Day, like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day,
birthdays.
I hate how they raise the prices on everything, like especially for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day specifically. Flowers are so expensive. The next day they're back to normal price. Like they literally like things are price gouged for this specific days, and it's like so.
It's called destination fucked, my friend. Like they just know what it is.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like you just said, Dom. Like people, like companies, corporations, etc. They know that there's. I'm not including us in this because we're not stupid, but there's the stupid Americans that are gonna be like, "Oh my God, this bouquet of roses was $40 cheaper yesterday, but since it's Valentine's Day, it's more expensive." I'm still gonna buy it though because I love my partner. Like, there's those idiots out there who will spend the money, so they're gonna jack the prices up.
Yeah. I mean, if you're with somebody, like if I had a boyfriend and he was like, "Hey, babe, I got you this for Valentine's Day," I'm like, "Oh, you bitch, I hate Valentine's Day, but thank you." Like, I get it, but like, don't go above and beyond. Like, don't spend $1 million in freaking roses and shit. Like, it's the thought that matters. But you know, you can do it any other day of the year.
Well, I bought my ex, like, I bought her, like, a C-3PO and a fucking big plushy fucking pillow thing. Not a card or anything like that, because I don't deal in cards and shit like that. But what we did was we did a dinner at some restaurant, and then we just got shit-faced and went to Walgreens and just spent, like, $100 worth of shit.
I think that's amazing. Like, I like going out to eat on Valentine's Day. I think that's good. I think that's the better choice.
Truthfully should be like, you guys should just like anyone, like any couple, like just make it dinner, like support a restaurant.
Yeah.
Support local businesses. Out to dinner. I love that idea.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about a card, really. Where does it end up after like 6 months? Probably right in the garbage. Usually I take the card unless there's money in it and it goes right in the trash.
Yeah.
There was a thing I saw which which made me laugh is when it was a thing on Instagram and it's like when you get a birthday card and have to pretend you don't see the money and it's like the guy opens the card and it's like 400 quid for. He's like, "Oh my God, thanks for the card. Oh, there's money as well."
Oh, I would always do that when I get cards from my grandma and my grandfather. I'd be like reading. I'm like, damn, I got $100.
I got my grandparents. Yeah, they don't. I don't really get anything off them really. My last birthday gift was like years ago, which is fine. I don't care. But they gave me a check, and they actually put the wrong name on it.
Oh my God!
And it was fine. I was like, okay, that's fine.
We don't know our grandson. His name is what? Malcolm. But
I literally said to my mum, the thing is, it's fair enough. Okay, it's a mistake. But it's £10. Like, why can't they just give me the £10 note in a card? Because also I had to wait a week to check that. Obviously, cash in the bank as well. So I had to send I had to whip the check up after sending them a photo, so they knew like it was the wrong name. Get them to resend the correct check with the correct name on. Then I had to cash it. It was a nightmare because my mum couldn't even cash it into her bank.
Jesus,
it was a nightmare. I was just like, okay, thanks. And in since then they've not bothered. That was like 6 years ago, and they've not bothered since. So, but hey ho,
I can't. I'm the same way. Like as like you, Brett and Brian. I don't like cards. Like if someone gets me a card, okay, it's not the end of the world, but I don't like them because I remember being like a kid, especially like middle school, elementary, like younger, whatever. And like when I was a kid, like my aunts and uncles and like my grandma especially, they'd always give me cards for my birthday or Christmas or whatever, and it would be like inside, and I'd have like a $50 bill or $100 bill or something like that. And as soon as I open, I'd be like, "Ooh, money!" And then my mom would be like, you have to read the card. They gave you a card as well. Like my mom would always say that to me, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. There's a card here too." It's like
I don't mind a card. Like I hate birthday cards and Christmas cards because I think it's just useless. But like for example, when I like leave a job and everyone puts a little message in, I quite like that.
Yeah.
I do that, Brett. Whenever I give somebody a card, Brett, or to everyone, like I specifically write the most craziest, like I'll write like a skit because that's like the producer actor in me. I'll just write the scare like crazy, like ridiculous skit on like an adventure we had, but overemphasize it. Or my friend Kate, like I give a lot of cards out to some people, and I just like write insane stories, and they're like, "What the fuck is this novel?" Right. And I just make them fun because cards are boring. I hate when people just gives you a card and they're like love whoever, whatever their name is. But I go like into it. I'm like, I like highlight shit. I'm like, what the hell kind of symbol is this? I gave my friend a Christmas card and it had these like stars on it, and I like labeled them. Oh, here's some COVID, honey, because they look like COVID. Like the structure. I make fun of shit. I'm like, here you go, honey. Merry Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Genevieve did something fun this year. Speaking of Christmas cards and shit like that, Genevieve has this thing called the Haunted Happy Hour, where just a bunch of random people kind of do this, but it's not live. So what we did was a gift giveaway, and one of the members in there, what we did was that we were like, we're so excited to, and we unwrapped it live like this. In front of everyone to see what our gift was. I got a haunted item because I collect them for the museum I'm building. I love it. But this one particular member, she went out and bought Halloween Christmas cards because we all love Halloween. And had nothing to do with Christmas and nothing to do with nothing, but she actually wrote something in there that was beautiful. And she sent one to me because I said, you have to, when you send mine, send a card back. Send one with it and I'll send one back. And I did it. I mean, it was a meaningful thing because we all, from a bunch of people who don't know each other, it actually became like a really strong family. And that was something that was really cool. Like that's the one time I actually enjoyed a friggin' card.
A card, so, yeah. That's awesome. I love that.
And it wasn't just like, oh, Mary, you know, like you said, Merry Christmas, love you, love, blah, blah, blah. And like, there was a message there. When there's a message, a card means something. When it's just like, love this, love that, Merry Christmas, it means nothing. You wasted $2.99 at fucking Dollar General.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how
I was going to say, speaking of Valentine's Day and sweets and all that, we actually have a giveaway to do.
I forgot about that.
So for everybody who follows us on Facebook and or Instagram, you've seen us post this past Monday 2 pictures. One of the we'll call it
basically a heart attack waiting to happen, basically, in a diabetes.
So we have a sweet treat. We're going to call that the sweet treat box, and it's full of lots of good sweets, all from the UK. They're all UK sweets. Stuff you won't find here in the U.S. So it's a super special treat for anyone who entered in the U.S. because you're going to try all these yummy, yummy, yummy UK treats. So we went through and got all the names from Facebook and Instagram. And remember, if you commented on both Facebook and Instagram, your name is in the drawing container twice. Right here it is. I have all the names here crumbled up, as you can see. For those of you, like I said, who comment on Instagram and Facebook, your name is in here twice, so you have double the chances to win. Thank you for following us on both. So, are we ready to announce the winner of the...
Yes!
Yes! Okay. So, I'll mix it up above my head.
Come on, winners. Oh my God. I always get so excited and nervous.
All right. And I'm going to not look. I'm not looking.
Oh my God. Who is it?
Let's see who won.
And the winner is... Jeremy's sister, Katrina Snyder. The winner, Katrina.
Woo! Katrina.
Congratulations. We will get a hold of you on Facebook. Brett will, and he will send you the information and whatnot to get the sweet treat box shipped to you directly. So, yes, congratulations.
Yeah, Katrina, check your DMs. I'm going to send you a DM.
Yes.
Congratulations! I'm so jealous. I was hoping my mom would win so I could get some UK treats.
I know your
I
mom.
was hoping someone English would win because like it's gonna be a nightmare to send because Amazon have to they don't send to the US, so I need to make sure I get their address correctly because so I can send it from my house. But I need to make sure I get it correctly because Amazon always do a backup for some reason.
I know. I was like, there's a couple people here from the especially most of them from here in the US that are in there, like your mom, Brian, whose name were in there twice because they were like commenting on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who's gonna? And it felt like there's so many names. I'm like, oh no, a lot of them are twice. But yeah, Brett, reach out to. Katrina again. Congrats on winning. Brett will reach out to you. Brett, if you need help with the address, Katrina is actually Jeremy's sister. So also get a hold of Jeremy as well, and he can help you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yes, all right. We have our winner. Yay!
Oh, congratulations. Send me some kisses, Katrina, whatever you don't try.
Yeah.
No, that's a yes, by the way. I'm seeing that. Just message me.
What happened?
I'd like to talk.
So a reminder of what tweets include. It's all of that.
Yes, I was trying to find the picture. Those are all the sweets you're gonna get, Katrina. So many sweets.
Okay, so make sure like you pace yourselves because I don't want you getting diabetes because this is a sweets.
Yeah, all in one night.
And also, I was secretly gonna wishing that someone I knew would get it because I knew so I could share them. Because I'm looking at you, so many of these are my favorites. So I saw.
Oh my gosh, Brett wanted his friend to win so he could get half the box, and Brian wanted his mom to win so he could get half the box.
Literally.
Lorelei, thank you.
Yes, and Brian, speaking of your mom, she just commented. She said, "This is a great podcast. Love Dom. Such great topics." Yes, same here. With that, and with that being said, since we've done our giveaway and we are nearing the 5:30 mark, which is the end of our 90-minute podcast. Thank you, Laura Lai, for bringing that up. And yes, I agree with you, Dom. Thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Yes,
great having you on. Such a blast. Thank you for like schooling us and educating us on so much.
Yes.
I'd love to once you. I know you said earlier before. Hopefully, I'm not spoiling anything. You said before the show started that April 1st you're moving back from Florida to New Jersey.
New Jersey, New York, yeah, because I'm gonna. I know there's plans in WLFEDB, and I want to be in there in person, and I want to be a part of the group as far as like being there together, as far as all of us just building and then literally making it.
Yes, definitely love that. Well, once you move up to New Jersey, hopefully in the summer, life's kind of somewhat back to normal. Yep. We can definitely all get together and do some paranormal shit.
Yes, and Jersey's right near me, so we'll have to link up.
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah, and we got my other friends there, Kenny Biddle and Tom Nally. So we all plan on making a big event too at some other zones. But yeah, I'll get a hold of you guys later on that.
Awesome.
Yes,
I love it. Yes, awesome. Well, since we are at the end of the show, I'm gonna first of all I'll throw this up. If you guys want to watch Dom on his podcast, it's Real Talk with Dom. It's every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check out his show. We definitely have to. I know 10 p.m. is 3 a.m. in the UK, so that's so late for Brett. But Brian and I would love to come on your show like together sometime.
Well, when is it?
Monday night.
So I'm sure I could try and I could always try if I know in advance. I can maybe do the next day off work so I can do it.
Yeah.
Or work from home.
I think it would be 3 a.m. your time, Brett.
There's definitely going to be opportunities because my schedule, like you guys, it's getting packed, but like there's those in and outs, and I have plans to bring all of you on. Like Brian, I want to say Bri because that's what I call you. We're gonna do an acting show and stuff like that. But yeah, no, there's 100%. There's this show is something that like it's for everyone, and we're all gonna be on there as far as like just supporting each other. And
I love that
as well too. So I mean, you guys are my family now. The entire roster of shows.
Yes, I love that. So definitely check out Dom's show. We'll talk with Dom on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You might see us in the future, and until then, you'll see many fabulous other guests.
There's
In the
no
meantime-
might. That's a definite. You'll see them in the future. Definitely.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
And in the meantime, for our show, you can follow us on Facebook. We are at Across the Pond officially. Follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel. We're also live on YouTube when we go live on Facebook. We're trying to get our subscribers up. Our YouTube is https://rb.gy/IQZMSN. So please follow us there. You can follow us on Instagram. We are at Across the Pond Official. We are also on Twitter, capital ATP0, and then it's FFICIAL. And lastly, you can find us wherever you listen to your podcasts at Across the Pond Official. And if you would like to email us and ask us any questions you didn't get to during the show, give us topic ideas for the future, or even be a guest on our show, you can email us at acrossthepond11@outlook.com. So yes.
Yeah.
Cheers, my friends.
Yes. With that being said, Dom, you go first since you're a guest. If you have any last words or anything you'd like to say to the audience, go ahead.
Thank you guys for having me on, and just find me at Real Talk with Dom. That's it. But thank you guys for having me on, and definitely support Across the Pond. I mean, WLFEDB family. That's all.
Yeah,
Cheers
awesome.
to you
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Brian, Brett, who wants to go next?
I thank you everybody for your love and support and watching. Dom, you are an awesome individual. I'm always stuttering, so love that for me. But thank you so much for coming on the show. I know this is so cliche, but happy Valentine's Day for the people that spent it with us. Fuck Valentine's Day, but whatever. But yes, thank you all so much. Love you all.
Wow. Brett?
Well, once again, Katrina, congratulations. I'm very jealous. I might have to buy one for myself as well. We can sit maybe do a FaceTime and just sit down and eat the sweets. And also everyone else, happy Valentine's. And also, if you aren't getting any V or D, it's happy Valentine's A. But yeah, everyone stay well, stay safe, wash those hands, socially distance, be happy. Live life, and yeah, see you next week.
Yeah,
I think it's something new every week, and I normally fail, so.
True. Yeah, so I just want to say again, thank you, Dom, for being on our show. You were a great guest. We had so much fun. Looking forward to chatting with you more in the future, being part of your show. And I saw Brian's mom had commented, bring him back. So yeah, we'll have to have you back in the future.
Always.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who watched the show, who watches every week, who supports us. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who celebrated it. Brett and Brian, thank you for always doing this with me. It's so much fun. And lastly, thank you to Ted and WLFE DB Radio for giving us this opportunity to have our podcast. Stay safe, be happy, be kind to one another, and yeah, love you all. So with that being said, goodbye, everyone.
Cheers.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Bye.
Warning. The following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
WLFE DB.
Thank you for joining the Boys of Across the Pond. Join them again next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time.
WLFE DB Radio is on Spotify with all its great shows like Across the Pond, Inside the Drag Closet, Step into the Paranormal, Just Cindy, Where's My Sage, Unfiltered Talks with Bryce, Metal Mayhem ROC, Paratalk Radio, Real Talk with Dom, and more. So download the Spotify app today to stay connected to all your WLFE DB Radio shows.